Good morning, one and all. It is a fantastic Friday, 27 December 2024, and I am awake, I'm alive, and I am so grateful. And I am making this video, which I will hide in the comments section of the New York Times article about the Democratic Party. That's the subject. So you need not watch this video if you don't want to. Here's the thing. I feel I have something to say. And unlike many people, they prefer to remain apathetic, to remain silent, and watch the world goes to hell. I prefer not to do that. I don't mind being a failure, and I don't mind being wrong. And the reason why I don't mind being wrong with my ideas is because somebody will see my error, and they will make the correction, and we all benefit because together we learn. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about something. I wanted to talk to you about life as it is today in 2024. See this camera? This camera is a Sony HDR FX7. When this camera came out, it was $4,000. And because I wanted to make nature videos, I went into debt to buy this camera. As it is, you can probably pick up one of those cameras for $300. But my debt remained. The camera that I'm using right now is a 4K camera, and that's about $800, okay? My other cameras that I shoot 4K videos with, and I shoot still photos with, they're all expensive. And I'm telling you this because I racked up debt over my eyeball. I have a lot of debt because I cannot stroke a check for $500, much less $4,000, but I do understand one very important fact. I have recognized my purpose. The universe don't really care how I do things. What the universe expects of me is for me to do something. Okay? The fact that I have racked up debt means nothing to the universe. The fact that I have a mouth and I open it and I express myself, that's what's important. Because, look, see this book? This is the Gospel according to Mary, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. This Gospel was left out of the Bible, and when you read it, you understand that there is no way they could have put this in the Bible and still control the mind and heart of people. In that gospel, Jesus told Mary that there is no such thing as sin. We, as individuals, we are the ones who create what we call sins. Okay? Now, can you imagine controlling people after you've told them that, look, you're free to do whatever you want to do? Doesn't happen, okay? Now, why would I make such a big jump from being in debt to that? Because there's still thousands, millions of people who are born into a religion and they stay there because of intellectual laziness, which is fine. Jesus mentioned those people too. They're the ones that he said, the farmer plants his seed and it falls on a rock and it doesn't grow. Not all seeds fall on fertile ground. And he also said, seek and you shall find. Those are the ones who are going to be enlightened because they're seekers. But I'm straying. I don't want to discuss Microdacism here. If you're really interested in what I have to say, go to my Facebook page, my Microdacism Facebook page. What I really want to talk about, though, is this. The cameras, modern world, the Democratic Party. I am a flaming liberal, and I say it without reservation because I believe in what I believe in, all right? So, Here's the thing. Because of my belief, I believe that I must open my mouth and I must express myself because, as Mark Twain said, the two most important days in your life, the day that you're born and the day that you have discovered your purpose. My purpose is to express myself. Okay. Now, let's talk about the Democratic Party. I am so glad that my friend Joe Culver isn't around to see what has become of it. We elected a man based upon promises and perception. With all due respect to President Joe Biden, he was really not healthy enough to be the president. Intellectually, yes. Philosophically, maybe. Health-wise, no. But we hid that fact from the Democratic Party hid that fact from the people. And then come election, all right? And they are scrambling to identify themselves. Who or what is the Democratic Party? I have no idea. I am a liberal. What do I believe in? I believe that the IRS should be phased out and we should have the fair tax system. That's right. We are a consumer nation, okay? And we should pay taxes on the things we consume relative to the cost of the goods consumed. If you drive a little Chevette, a 10-year-old Chevette, all right, you probably should have to pay zero tax on that, as opposed to driving a 2025 Bentley. Do you understand? Where you should pay 100% tax on that. That is a fair tax system. You have to have transportation, but you don't have to own a Bentley. So we should phase out the IRS and bring in the fair tax system. And I believe also, and this may sound strange coming from me, that we should have no corporate tax for companies that are manufactured in the United States of America. Okay. No corporate tax for companies that employ 1,000 people or more that's manufacturing whatever in the United States of America. And you say, wow, that's a very odd thing to say, but listen to this. A corporation is made up of investors. These investors risk their money to bring this corporation alive. And these investors are expecting a return on their investment. Okay? The people employed in these corporations, they are being taxed. And I think that's enough. You know, you get a dollar bill, and this $1 bill is taxed about 15 times. That's right. And all of it just about goes right back to the government. That's not fair. That is simply not fair. I think, excuse me, I think the taxes that we pay should go for the benefit of the citizens of America. We should have free education to the top 10% of our best and brightest. That's right. Our tax dollars should pay for free education for the top 10% of our best and brightest in schools. And the income of the parents should make no difference. As for the rest of the 90%, they are probably better off in a trade school or to be an apprentice or something else, not in college. Now, you can't tell them that because you're stepping on their rights. Fine. If you want to go to college, knowing that you'll be a better plumber than an engineer, then pay for it. That's my attitude. I also believe that we should not have to lose our house because we become sick. What am I talking about? I'm talking about free health care. Our taxes should pay for free health care. And that's what I'm talking about. The other thing I think is that this may be a little controversial, but I believe it. We should support local farmers. We should support local farmers 100%, and we do that by having farmers market in every single community. And we should subsidize local farmers. Right. That's my belief. We subsidize the oil company to something like $7 trillion is what we spend subsidizing the oil company. And that is why we cannot have clean energy. You understand? Okay. The other thing is, and please, don't write to me nasty letters, okay? I believe in freedom of choice. You should be free to worship anything and whatever you wish. You want to worship a lizard or a snake and alligator? That's up to you. But I also believe that every religion should be taxed. That's the only endeavor that should be taxed. And no religion should exist without proof of what they're talking about. See, you still have freedom of religion, but if you believe that an alligator can fly, prove it. See how simple that is? Okay. The other thing that really irks me to no end, because nature is my church, it really bothers me that we do not believe in climate change. Now, all these scientists cannot be wrong. Can we eliminate pollution? Probably not, because we still have cows out in the pasture farting, and they're emitting gas that's adding to the carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide problem. We still have volcanoes erupting, but where we can do something to have a clean world, we should. In other words, the government should be subsidizing wind, solar power, and we should be having more nuclear plants. And these plants should be built not on faults, mind you, not on earthquake faults, but on nice, sturdy ground. We take a look at the map of the United States of America, and we look at the areas with the least earthquakes, areas without faults, and we build nuclear plants. And really, in the end, maybe our taxes should even pay for free energy to each and every home. And finally, for today anyway, I'm going to get back to this subject another day. Finally, we as a country should stop creating conflicts worldwide. We should stop interfering in countries worldwide. We should stop disrupting governments and the progress of countries worldwide. And because in creating conflicts, what we're creating wars. And in creating wars, we're then selling weapons. I think it's obscene, I think it's unethical, and I think that we should stop it. Let the countries develop on their own. Stop exploiting their resources, their minerals, and let them develop on their own. If we're going to help in a positive way. Don't destroy a country so that we can sell weapons. That's obscene. Anyway, as for religion, I have my belief system. You know that. I do have my belief system. I believe that we have reached a point of enlightenment. This is the age of enlightenment. And it is because we have access to all the knowledge in the world that we have obtained to this point in our history. And this is what I have learned. I have learned three things. I have learned that this earth, we have had bipeds for something like 200,000 years. Something happened 15,000 years ago, and that something is extraterrestrials that came to Earth, interfere with the bipeds, human beings, humanoids, whatever you want to call them, and they clone these things to be slaves to the extraterrestrials. That's what I believe. And we, in turn, call them gods. We call the extraterrestrials gods. I also believe that when we have a religion where we're worshiping these gods, that should be our prerogative. We should be free to do that, but with full disclosure that we are worshiping extraterrestrials. On the other hand, I believe there is such a thing as creation. Creation is totally different than God's. Creation is still a mystery. Nobody knows anything or knows much about the universe and the creation of the universe. If you say, well, yeah, we do know about the Big Bang, okay? What was before the Big Bang? And what caused the Big Bang? So there is creation, then we have God or gods, and then you have people like me. I believe that there is a connection between creation and me. That is called the divinity. I cannot explain divinity. I only know that I am divine. I am on equal footing to the gods. So there is a connection between creation and me. And as far as my church is concerned, nature is my church. So, with the age of enlightenment, I'm learning more and more about the connection between creation and me. And I learned that by understanding my own divinity. If there are people who still want to believe in ET, extraterrestrials, that's their business. So, that's what I believe. So, it's a little long, and I just wanted to vent, because 2025 is just around the corner. And really, we have a choice. We can either become educated or not. We can either look at our experiences and learn from them or not. We can either embrace our intuition or not. We can glean wisdom from all the messengers that have gone on before and the messengers that are here, and right now. And I got to tell you, there are an awful lot of messengers right here and right now. They are the ones that are writing the TV scripts and the movie scripts. They are the Gene Roddenberry and the Rod Serlings that are here to help us to get in touch with our own being, our own divinity. Okay? That's what I believe. So, there you have it. I have spent all this time on a video that no one will ever watch. But you know what? I have fulfilled my purpose. I have fulfilled my purpose. And if you happen to be the one to watch this video, then by all means make your correction so that together we will learn. By the way, you see this camera? If you're still with me? It's called a Sony FX7. Sony FX7. And during its heyday, it was the camera to have. And yet this tiny little camera, this is also Sony, a Sony CX190. It gives you better videos, better sound, better quality than this. This is about $80 on eBay. This was like $4,000 when it first came out, and now you can get this for about $300 on eBay, and it does not produce videos or of the quality of this little camera. Isn't that amazing? So now you know why I am in debt up to my eyeball, because I am not through. I'm about to get in debt again for another $5,000 if I am blessed, because I do want an 8K video camera. And I know you're thinking, why would you do that when we can hardly say high def right now on our television? Well, I want an 8K because I want a camera for the future. I want to be relevant in the future. Even if people are going to ridicule me and my ideas, I don't want to be irrelevant. So if I videotape in 8K, render it down to 1080 or HD, that's fine. Somebody will find my videos in 8K and they will do whatever they do, even if it is to ridicule me and my ideas, which, by the way, is not a bad thing, because it shows that they're thinking for themselves.